Namaste, this is Samtanti. Today we are going to talk about how to use the possessive pronouns his and hers in Hindi. There are three words that we need to practice: Uska, Uski, Uske. For now, we're just going to focus on the first two, Uska and Uski. So the question is, which one is his and which one is hers? Now, you might be thinking, Auntie, I think it's time to call obvious ullu because it's super obvious that uska means his and uski means hers. But is it obvious? I think there's more to it than that. Remember what you've learned from our previous possessive pronoun lessons. Which one you use depends on who or what you are talking about. Who or what you are talking about. So take a look at this one. Would this one be uska or uski? I hope you said it's uska, but how do you know? Because you have to look at the word brother. You don't look at the word his actually. You look at the word brother. Brother is a pull noun. So because of that, we use uska for the word his. Uska bhai, because brother is a pull noun. So we just did his brother. Now let's do her brother. What would this one be, uska or uski? Well, the word brother is a pull noun. So we would use uska again. So see, it's not so obvious, is it? Because the word brother is the word that you use to determine which word to use for the her or the his. So again, looking at these two next to each other, his brother and her brother, even though one is his brother and the other is her brother, the way to say both of them is uska because brother is a pull noun. And when it's a pull noun, we use the pull version of the possessive pronoun, which is uska. Uska. All right, what about this one? Her dog. Would it be uska or uski? Well, the first question you should be asking is, wait a minute, Auntie, is dog a pull noun or a three noun? What is the word dog in Hindi even? Those are the questions that you should be asking in order to determine if it should be an uska or an uski. So the way we say dog in Hindi is kutta. And from that, you should recognize that kutta is a pull noun. And if kutta is a pull noun, then do we use uska or uski? Uska. What about this one? Now we did her dog. Let's do his dog. What would it be? Uska or uski? Well, we know that dog is kutta and it's a pull noun. So it would be uska. Uska. So even though we had her dog and we had his dog, they both are uska kutta. Uska kutta, because dog is a pull noun. Now, then you might be thinking to yourself, but that doesn't make any sense, because if you're talking to somebody or you're talking about someone, and in one time you're talking about a boy or you're talking about a girl, but it's the same word, uska, then how does the person know if you're talking about a boy or a girl? Well, that's a really good question. And the way that they know is from the context of the other sentences that are being spoken in the conversation. So that's why when we speak Hindi, we have to be really good listeners, because you need those context clues to identify who is being talked about. All right, so again, dog is kutta is pull, so therefore it's uska. What about her mom? Her mom, Uska or Uski? Well, again, the question you should be asking is mom a pull noun or a stree noun? Mom is a stree noun, so it is Uski. Mom is stree, so it's Uski. Uski ma. Uski ma. What about his sister? Uska or Uski? So the sister is the word determining which one you would use. Is sister a pull noun or a stree noun? Sister is a stree noun, so it would be Uski. Uski bhen. What about her sister? We just did his sister. Now we have her sister, so it should be the same, right? Sister is a stree noun, so it would be Uski. Uski bhen. Her car. Okay, her car. Would it be Uska or Uski? It would be Uski. Why? Because car in Hindi is gadi. And you should immediately recognize then that gadi is a stree noun. All right, now let's do the sentence, her car is yellow. Her car is yellow. What is car and yellow in Hindi? Car is gadi, yellow is pila. All right, so the sentence would become, Uski gadi pili hai. Now, why did pila change to pili? Well, for the same reason, for matching the pull and stree nouns. Let's review inflection of colors. Now, let's make sure that you remember what inflection means. Inflection means the word ending changes. The word ending changes. For example, we have the word bada, means big, and it can change to badi. In Hindi, adjectives that end with an a sound can change. So that means which color words on this page would change? The top row, right? All of the ones in the top row, because if you look at the ones in the middle row and at the bottom, none of those end with an a. Only the ones on the top do. So what do they change to? Pila becomes pili. Hara becomes hari. Neela, neeli. Kala, kali. Bhura, bhuri. Sunera, suneri. So we use these inflected versions of the color words when they are associated with stree nouns. The other colors that do not end with a don't change, regardless of whether the noun that's being described is a pull or a stree noun. So when we have the sentence, her car is yellow, the word for car is gadi, and that word is the determiner for all of the other words in the sentence. Gadi, car in Hindi again is gadi, and is that pull or stree? Stree. And so if it's stree, what will this be? Uska or uski? It will be uski. And what about yellow? What will yellow change to since gadi is stree? Pili. Pili. So therefore the sentence becomes uski gadi pili hai. All right. What about this one? His red car. Would it be uska or uski? It would be uski. Why? Because again, car is a stree word. So to say his red car, we say uski lal gadi. Now, does the color word lal inflect? No, it doesn't. So whether you're talking about a red gadi or a red bandar or anything other red, it's always going to be lal. Lal kanta, lal gadi, lal sari. It's always going to be lal. Okay? We've learned how to use uska and uski. Now let's talk about the third one. Uske. When do we use this one? We've learned how to use uska, uski. So again, we're going to use uske when there is more than one object. More than one object. But there's more to it than that. We use uske when the objects are a mix of pull and stri. Like we have her friends. And as we can see, her friends are made up of boys and girls. So in that case, we would use uske. We also use uske when all of the objects are pull. For example, her brothers. Brothers are pull. So all of them are pull, so we use uske. But what if all the objects are stri? Then what do? Then we use uski. Uski. All right, let's do some practice problems. His dogs. What would it be? Uska, uski, uske. Well, we already practiced that dog in Hindi is kutta. Kutta is a pull word. So would it be uska, uski, uske? It would be uske. Now, don't get confused. Don't think that because we don't know if the dogs on the screen are male or female, that's not the way to think about it. Think about whether the Hindi word dog is a pull noun or a stri noun. That's what matters. Is the word a pull noun or a stri noun? It does not matter whether the actual objects that you're talking about, whether it's dogs or people or animals, if those are pull or stri, what matters is if the word is pull or stri. His brothers, which would it be? Uska, uski, uske. Well, brothers is a pull noun, so it would be uske. Her friends. Her friends. Friends is doston. Doston in Hindi. And that is a pull noun. So would it be uska, uski, uske? Uske. His kids. His kids. Kids in Hindi are bacche. And that is a pull noun. But it shouldn't even matter that you know that it's a pull noun. Because look at the kids on the screen. There's a boy and a girl. And remember our rules. Our rules said that if it's mixed, then they are uske. All right, her sisters. Sisters are stri, right? So then it would be uski. Uski behene. So again, remember our rules. We use uske when the objects are a mix of pull and stri, and when all of the objects are pull. All right? So here's the mix again that we saw in that practice problem with the boy and the girl for his kids. So it's uske. Now if we replaced this little boy with a little girl and we said his daughters, then it would be uski. Uski betiyan. Uski betiyan. All right, her brothers. Well, we already did this. Brothers are pull. So therefore, it is uske. Uske bhai. His sons. Sons are also pull, right? So again, uske. Now let's do some sentences. How about we do the sentence, Bruno is her uncle. Bruno is her uncle. Bruno uska uncle hai. Bruno uska uncle hai. It's uska because uncle is a pull noun. Uncle is a pull noun, so we use uska. Harry is her friend. Harry is her friend. We use uska, Harry uska dost hai, because dost is a pull noun. So we use uska. All right. Excellent work on this. I know this can be really confusing. So dhanyavad for practicing and concentrating on this. Keep practicing and I promise you you'll get it down. Dhanyavad for joining me. I'll see you in class.